Welcome back, everyone, to another About Teams video and in our NFL segment today. Very exciting news broke out yesterday. I mean, it was anticipated, but the NFL schedule has finally dropped. We know where everyone's playing and should be exciting. So I guess we'll just kind of get into week one. We knew this a couple days before. Chiefs-Ravens, though, I kind of love that game. Obviously, Chiefs-Lions last year was a thriller, but an AFC Championship rematch. Baltimore pissed off with the way their season ended, losing as the 1 seed. That was a great game. And a lot of interesting matchups like Green Bay Eagles. I believe that one is in Brazil Friday. So that should be interesting.
Week one. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out, though. That would be very interesting. But I'm going to ride with my Packers, even though I'm a Vikings fan. I'm smoking that Packers pack this year. I love what they're going to do. But Philly, 11-win team last year, historic collapse, really. Obviously, after making the Super Bowl, kind of tried to rebuild, new coordinators, some new piece on defense. Should be interesting. Kind of every game really is entertaining. The Sunday night one, obviously, Rams, Lions, the Jets get another Monday night game to open up the season. I believe their game last year was against Buffalo. Obviously, Aaron Rodgers injury, but the Jets won a crazy game that night, opening up against the 49ers, who obviously just choked another Super Bowl away. I really like these games, and I know as you as a Patriots fan get Joe Shiesty, but if you were to get a Joe Burrow, it's probably week one Joe Burrow, who kind of, poops himself every week one. A lot of good games. I mean, as a Vikings fan, I think if you want to get on track, no better way to start than Danny Dimes week one.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of very even matchups in the schedule. Obviously, there's some lopsided ones. I think Buffalo, Arizona is pretty one-sided. Even Bengals, Pats. Let's be realistic. The Patriots are not matching up well against the Bengals. But
yeah, but I'm just saying, if you were to get Joe Burrow, maybe he, isn't
right.
He's always rusty. Always the first month of the season.
I don't know. I think he's going to come out swinging. After
his injury,
he's going to be playing pissed off. But
yeah,
I'm excited. I'm excited for Falcons Steelers. That's a exciting game in Atlanta.
Michael Penix's debut.
Hey, it could be. I mean, prayers for Kirk if
the South Beach battle, Dolphins Jaguars. Got some intrigue there.
Even
Panthers Saints. I'm riding that Panthers pack. Of a lot of very good games. Browns Cowboys should be interesting. Very scrappy defense. Caleb Williams makes his debut against Tennessee. I really love all these matchups. I think they nailed the week one schedule because obviously you're going to get a Bills Cardinals, but even then that could be interesting. Marvin Harrison's debut. There's a lot of very cool.
Stafford going back to Detroit again.
Yeah, Sunday night football. I loved this part of this. I think they did a great job with the week one schedule. With that being said, so Thursday night, though, that was a glitch. The 2023 schedule.
Okay.
Was the Monday night. But so Thursday night, kind of gotten the hate all the way, out of all the games that are out of all the games that get shit on, everyone shits on the Thursday night. But I think this year it's not as bad as it could have been. Jets Dolphins week 2. Two teams that obviously have AFC East title things or title, championship division champions. That should be a very interesting one. Jets Patriots, I'm a little intrigued by. Giants Cowboys, not really. But you still got Buccaneers Falcons, the top two favorites in the NFC South. Very good game. Seahawks 49ers is always interesting because the Seahawks always match up well against the 49ers. It's always decently close, at least. Obviously, division matchup. Broncos, Saints, I mean, that's probably, a trash one.
That's going to be a trash game. That's going to be a trash game.
Yeah. 49ers Rams. I think that'll be a good one. Two scrappy teams. Kevin O'Connell going back to Los Angeles because he was the offensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl before he took the Vikings job. Just overall, though, like I really love this. Like, I mean, it's not as bad as it could have been, and I think they did a good job with these games.
I like how, like, we look at pretty much from November on. There's a lot of divisional games that are probably going to have huge implications, playoff implications, division standings implications. Like Green Bay, Detroit is going to be a huge game. Rams, Niners is going to be a huge game, especially like if we look at our predictions. These are all like the 1 and 2 teams. Browns, Bengals might not be a good game, but you never know. Maybe the Browns defense is just balling out and they're keeping them in it. But I do like this schedule. I mean, Thursday night football has kind of gotten trashed on, but at the same time,
yeah, this ain't bad. Like Halloween night, you got Texans, Jets, assuming the Jets stay healthy, of course. I mean, that's the problem with half the schedule is they load up on the Jets, and then last year, I mean, they loaded up because Aaron Rodgers making his debut, gets injured, and then we see Zach Wilson on primetime for 7 games. Not ideal. But if injuries are not in this scenario, I think this is a good schedule. Like, obviously, you got to throw in some teams like the Broncos to make it interesting. But, I like the schedule for the most part, at least for a Thursday night, low expectations. But I love it. And then getting into Sunday night, obviously probably the best primetime games. Immediately sticks out to me. Chiefs, Falcons week 3.
I like that. In Atlanta too.
Kirk never got this hype in Minnesota, but now that he's in Atlanta, it's like throw him on against the Super Bowl champ Sunday night. Okay. Bills Ravens, that's gonna be a good one. Cowboys Steelers, interesting. I mean, this is the one problem, the Giants. Why the hell are the Giants playing the Bengals? I'm like, the Giants.
I know the Patriots suck. I'd rather see the Patriots on primetime than the Giants.
Yeah, especially if Drake May's playing. Like, I don't want to see the same like the Giants. Might be interesting, but I don't really care for that.
They're trash. We saw their quarterback tier list the other day. We put them in F. I don't want to watch an F tier quarterback playing on Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, also like Lions Texans. That'll be interesting. The upcoming Texans versus the upcoming Lions. Packers Seahawks. I love these games. 49ers Buffalo. Like if Buffalo can live up to that hype, I like them.
I don't know if I like that Week 17 matchup. I wish it was more of like if it was Dolphins Bills, I would like that more. I want.
Depends how Cleveland is. If Cleveland was as good as they were with Joe Flacco, if Deshaun Watson, I mean, I don't believe in him, but if he can be somewhat competent, that could be a good game because Tua struggles in the later part of the season, like we talked about. I think that could be an ugly game for the Dolphins.
Yeah. I just like towards the end of the year, I like the, Sunday night, Monday night, Thursday night divisional matchups. Yeah. Because like you can see, I mean, we had the Bills and Dolphins last year. That was the division. That was for the division. So, but I still think there's some good games. I mean, yeah, Green Bay, Seattle, I think is an underrated game that could be a great game. Every time Green Bay goes to Seattle, it seems to be a good game. So,
yeah,
I'm hyped for that one
for sure. I love most of these. Obviously, the TBD for the last one probably going to be a good one because there's a reason why they have that blocked out. They want it to be a good game.
We'll probably be going for their 17-0 record, Patriots.
Yep.
But
oh yeah, and then we got Monday night. It interests me because they're smoking the Falcons pack early. Falcons Eagles Monday night week 2 with the Falcons playing Sunday night, so they really want to see Kirk early on in the season in prime time. So Falcons fans, don't be disappointed if the prime time doesn't go as great as you hope. But they're riding that early. Another interesting one, Jags Bills early on into the season. I thought they did an okay job with the Monday night. Obviously, Monday night's also kind of like a interesting one. But you got Jets Bills. Hopefully, Aaron Rodgers is healthy. Buccaneers Ravens, that could be interesting. Buccaneers, Chiefs. They're really loving the Baker Mayfield. They have back-to-back Monday nights for the Buccaneers. So Buccaneers, that's interesting. Dolphins, Rams could be a good one. I'm seeing here, obviously, Bengals, Cowboys, and Dallas later on in the year. I think that'll be good. And then it always seems like the Chicago Bears, Vikings play Monday night late into the season.
Mm-hmm.
Last year was that Josh Dobbs disaster class. But if Caleb Williams and JJ McCarthy are playing at the end of that season, could be an interesting rookie matchup.
Rookie showdown. Sorry.
Overall, though, I was pretty happy with the schedule. Like as an NFL fan, like if I'm looking, I don't have like too many games where I'm like, bro, like obviously regarding injuries, like damn,
right.
Really
That's my big thing. That's my big thing. Like if we take injuries out of the questions, I think these all could be great games, but obviously injuries happen, and as NFL fans, it's easy to forget that they schedule these anticipating injuries because like. I'm sure there's going to be a Thursday night football game in week 10 where we're like, why is this game being played? This team sucks. I
think they should have the ability to change like games more around. Like if an injury were to happen to Aaron Rodgers, like the Jets should not have more than one more primetime game after that. But if Aaron Rodgers plays, obviously controversial, like I guess political opinions, but he's one of the best QBs of all time. It'd be interesting to see.
He draws eyes.
Yeah, exactly. But overall, I was pretty happy with the schedule as an NFL fan. Like we get mostly quality football. None of these games where I'm or even we crap on the Giants, but who knows? Maybe Daniel Jones, Malik Neighbors might be highlight TV. It should be interesting, and I was pretty happy with the schedule. Like I don't have Bears Commanders last year where I'm like, bro, like I'm not even watching that. Like, obviously you got thrown some teams once, but they made it interesting if they do, like Jets Colts, Anthony Richardson. Like all these games are very interesting and have at least for now, have the opinion like, all right, like I don't mind that. Like if Anthony Richardson plays like he did his rookie year, or at least, up until he got injured, that could be a great game. So I was overall happy with the schedule.
Yeah, and also kind of going off that, there doesn't seem to be a ton of like trash teams where they're like I mean, there's a few. I think the Giants are trash. I think, unfortunately, the Patriots are not fun to watch right now.
At least you own up to it.
But like for the most part, they're not putting those unwatchable garbage teams on these primetime games. They're putting teams that are gonna, draw eyes. I mean, the Bears weren't great, but, everybody wants to watch them because Caleb Williams and all their young studs coming up. The Jets, they want to watch because if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah.
So even the teams that weren't great, they have like promise to show they're great. It's not like they're putting the Patriots on there who probably aren't going to be good, don't have any superstars to watch. So I think
interesting, yeah. So no Patriots on the Sunday night, and no Vikings. No Vikings, which is very interesting. Why they don't want to put a guy like Justin Jefferson on a standalone game? I think maybe they're just doubting that Sam Darnold isn't good at all. But
maybe that's the week 18. Maybe that's the week 18.
Yeah, about time to surprise some people.
Jefferson goes for 2K. Week 18.
Could be. Although I think for the better or for worse, I think with Jordan Addison there, that won't like ever happen. But it's good that way, he's not getting triple teamed every game.
Yeah.
With that being said, this is our reaction to the schedule release overall. I would say 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10. They did a really good job, I think.
Yeah.
Making these pretty interesting. And we'll get furthermore into it, obviously, down the line. Maybe some Christmas Day games. Obviously, we got Netflix coming out with those games. So a lot of competition to get these NFL highly anticipated games. It should be exciting. With that being said, thank you guys for listening. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.